Okay, we are in the LeetCode. The question number is 1480, running sum of 1D array. Very basic question and easy type. So we'll just go through this problem statement. Given an array nums, we define a running sum of an array as running sum of I equals to sum of nums of 0 and so on, nums of I. Return the running sum of nums. Okay, so what is running sum actually? So running sum is nothing but, for example, if there are two elements, we'll take the two elements, index is 0 and 1, right? At the index 0, if I'm going to take sum, it should get result as 1. At index 1, if I'm going to take a sum, so it need to give the result as 3. So that is nothing but addition of previous consecutive numbers. That is the running sum of 1D array. So if you didn't understood, they have given in the example 1 very clearly. So if we give the input as 1, 2, 3, 4, it need to generate the output as 1, 3, 6, 10. How we got that answer? See, explanation they have provided over here. So that is at the index 0, it will be 1. Okay, no issues. At the index 1, if I go at the index 1, so that is nothing but addition of this previous 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is nothing but 3. The addition of previous numbers is nothing but 3. Okay, next go to index number 2. That is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3. The addition of previous 3 numbers. It is nothing but 6. And the last index number 3, if we go, that is addition of 3 previous numbers. So that is resultant is nothing but as a 10. So that is nothing but our running sum. Okay. Now the same example we have to code it. Okay, for coding that, it's a very basic thing that we need to remember. What is that means? A for loop. Okay, and condition to generate it. So very basic. If you think you can get it, but before I'll suggest the basic thing that you need to do is take a pen and paper. If you are a beginner, just go with a pen and paper. There is nothing wrong in it because not everybody is having the capability of visualizing it. Even I'll do the same practice. Okay. So before, what we need to do is we require a for loop. Why? Because they have given this I numbers, number of so constraints. You can see it can start from 1 and it should be less than or equals to 1000. So this is a constraint. So the loop should iterate for I numbers or n terms. So we can get this order of time complexities big of n. Okay. So do concentrate on this algorithms also, time complexity, space complexity, while you are going to prepare for your placements. It's also very important. So coming back to our problem, now I said like we require one for loop and one single line of statement to satisfy our condition. So what we will be doing? So I'll take a for loop for, so how many times it need to be iterate? I times. Okay. So in range of what? In range of, so how many characters are there, or the how many number of variables or values present inside nums, those many times my iteration should continue. That is why I'm confirmed with that one. Now here, my iteration should start from the index 0 or anything. So usually we'll start with 0, right? Why we are not starting with 0 means, we won't start actually from 0 means, because at the index of 0, we are having as a 1. So is there any value left over or before 1? No. So there is no point of taking as a index as 0. So we'll keep our index from 1. So you'll observe why we are going to do it. So before going to further next simple statement, so observe that we are going to start for loop in range of, we are starting our starting index from 1 and the length of nums, how many number of elements are present in nums, those many times we will be returning it, right? So now come to our main logic. So what I need to take nums actually, right? Obviously I'm going to take nums. So that nums should be sum of nums, sum of all the previous nums. What we can do? We can do one thing, right? So what we can do is we can take the values as I. So number, okay. After that, this one also I. Now assume that we are going to start with the number 1, right? So number 1 index, what is an index number 1? That is 2. Why we are going to take number 1 index as 2 means because there is no point of adding 0 because before that 1 nothing is there. So we'll start with the index 1. So number of 1 equals to number of 1. Nothing but we are going to add into the index number 1 equals to what is present in number of 1? Obviously 2. Okay. Now I need to add with the previous number. What is the previous number of 2? 1. So how can I make it? If I decrease one number, obviously I'll go to this number, right? So for that purpose, what we will do means I minus 1. That's it. The problem is solved. Okay. Now at last what they have mentioned? Return the running sum. So we have to return this and we'll be inside this for loop only, and we will return what we have to return, nums only we have to return, and we'll try to run it. If it succeeded, well and good. Okay, it's successful. So we are passed all these test cases also. For everything that code will work fine because there is simple logic. We have to add the previous number and the result of particular index we need to get as a sum of the previous numbers. Then we are going to get our final answer. Don't get confused with the Fibonacci series. The Fibonacci series is nothing but sum of preceding 2 numbers, whereas our running sum is a sum of entire leftover or pre-elements. Okay. So we'll check in the further cases that Fibonacci also. Right now, I guess this is very simple, and those who have not started, please start and complete this problem. Thank you.